Yo, how's it going, guys? It's HyperXN here. Today we're going to be doing a ME system build. Actually, we're just going to be going right into the mod of Applied Energistics. Did I say that right?
Indeed.
Energistics 2? I did, yeah. I have my friend Void Seeker is what we call him. I call him by Josh. So if you're wondering who I called Josh in the video, I'm talking to this guy.
Oh,
Um, I'm in creative because this is the tutorial world for the viewers and the subscribers of the YouTube. And if anyone has a question, I pretty much just go here and I answer it in this tutorial world. We did a big reactor tutorial today. We are also going to be doing turbine and automated reactors later. But someone asked me about applied energistics, so we're just going to do that for right now. And let's get right into this tutorial. And we have everything in our inventory, so we ain't gotta go over everything. First thing that you're gonna need is some sort of terminal. There's a regular terminal and there's a crafting terminal. You're gonna need ME drive 436. This is to put your storage cells in. You're gonna need ME glass cable, energy acceptor, and an ME controller, and then some type of power source. Doesn't matter what you use. And let's get right into this tutorial. Can we just delete these chests now?
why not? So one of the most basic
Alright,
systems you can make is using an ME drive and a terminal. This allows you just to access anything that will be in the drives. So first things first, throw a few drives in there. But now, any
Hold on,
ME system
hold
you
on.
have. What?
Hold on.
What?
I'm just gonna get this just in case.
Any system you have, regardless of what you're using it for, will require energy of some kind. So you can charge up an energy cell from Energistics and use that. The other option would be to put down an energy acceptor and any other form of energy.
As in Tesseract,
Tesseract.
which we have off the reactor that we built.
So you can use a Tesseract, you can use charged energy cells, pipes, whatever. Just hook it up to the energy acceptor and you will get energy into it. So, once you have energy, you can access the ME system in any way you want. Throw items in there and pull them out. You can organize it by item name, by number of item, by the mod that they belong to, all kinds of stuff.
And you can make it tall or short.
Yeah, make it fancy.
I recommend it tall.
No, for some. I like short.
Alright, so that is the basic version you can make, and these are 4K storage cells. It's the lowest tier in storage cells, and it goes 16K.
No, the lowest is
right?
1K. That's the cheapest.
Oh yeah, 1K, 4K, 16K, 64K.
And depending on if you have other mods installed, you may have increased ones like a, like I believe Extra Cells has
128K.
Let's see, where is it? Yes, they do indeed have a 4,000K instead, so actually now they have a 16,000K. So that's 16M, technically. So, pretty
cool.
You can get quite a few items in there, but there is one catch with these ME storage cells. Why don't you hover over one of these cells real quick?
Yeah, they all have 63 types.
So no matter how big you go, they can still only hold 63 types of items. The bigger you go, the more of those items it can store, but they can still store only 63 types. So keep that in mind.
That's why I recommend only going through 1 through 16K. Why waste all the money on a 64K? Or not money, but like resources on a 64K when it can only hold the same amount of types.
And the only reason you would normally do that would be to hold a billion cobblestone if you actually cared to do that. There are plenty of other versions of storing that, though. There are some devices that you can use, which we'll go over later, that can allow you to access the stored inventory of other blocks.
Yeah, as in like a deep dark storage unit.
Yeah, anything like that.
And once the video's up, there will be an annotation right there to the video. Or actually, this side of the video. Alright. Should we destroy this?
And just a tip, whenever you pick up blocks from light energy sticks, use a wrench. It's quicker.
Yeah.
Alright, what next?
We're gonna build a big one.
A big one?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Alright. So, okay, great enough for this one.
Or should we say more advanced?
Say more advanced. Using peripherals.
Do we really want to start it all the way back there?
Why not?
Sure, I'll build the other side. Or are we just gonna have the 6?
Trying to make it look pretty. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing that we might want to mention is about channel system. So there are different kinds of cables in applied energy sticks. There's the regular glass cable, which can be used to attach things like we had the terminal on it before. You can do that. You can have the energy cell hooked up to it like that. Whatever you wanted to do. But what should we see? Not sure why that's not missing. Oh right, because it's not an energy acceptor this down. I always forget that. Yeah, this you have the energy acceptor over here, and then there's the of course. Maybe. And this is why the channel system is important. I had too many devices on the actual cable. So this cable can actually only hold 8 channels at a time. So that'd be 8 drive blocks, or 7 drive blocks in a terminal. Anything that actually processes or accesses data. So drive blocks, export buses, import buses, terminals. The acceptor doesn't count.
So each one of these blocks is 1 channel, and then the terminal is 1 channel.
The acceptor does not take a channel because it doesn't actually process or access data. It's just giving energy. That's it. So it doesn't actually use a channel.
Okay.
Only things that actually use data. So, if you wanted to have more channels on this system, you'll notice that how am I going to place down like another drive if it's just going to turn off the system because there's too many channels to use? Well, that's where you would have to use a controller. The controller will also accept energy, like energy acceptor, but it also lets you have up to 32 channels per side. So
that means we'd be able to put this one back, and away. We'd be able to have those there and not turn off.
Because
and we'd still be able to have the cracking terminal.
Yes, because we're using 1 channel on the top and 8 on the side. But you'll notice that if we do this, no, that actually won't shut it off. A good indication would be an import bus real quick. We'll explain what it does in a minute, but if you hover over it with YOLO, it will tell you something. That's not right. That's interesting. I'm learning things about the NV drives. Apparently the NV drives also only have an 8-channel throughput. That is quite interesting. Did not know that. Well, let's slap it on. Let's slap a drive on here. And then, oof. Don't know what's going on with my inventory. Inventory tweaks is freaking me out now. Take out that. Throw that on there. Throw some stuff in there. Ah, this is such a terrible example because of how ME drives work. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of the best way to, show that they can only have 8 channels attached.
Yeah.
Guess ME drives is a bad example, but 8 channels right there. Huh. I don't want to accept the channel. Alright, I'll use what I used before. It's gonna look really weird though. Alright, so we go down the line. Now if you hover over the ones in the front, you'll notice it says device missing channel. So these don't actually have access to the network.
What's the top ones
The top ones do, because they managed to grab a channel, but the bottom ones do not.
Okay.
So I'll just take out these images. Okay. So if you did want to attach more channels to the side, because like I said, the controller does allow 32 per side, but a cable only transmits 8, you can use a dense cable. Dense cables allow 32 channels. But the catch is you can't actually attach devices to it. You have to attach another cable. Like that. And then you can actually attach a bus or a terminal or anything like that. You can't attach it to the actual dense cable. So actually right now, you do have access to the system through the cable. Yay.
So pretty much, if you wanted to, you could just run a long wire this shit through your house, and you could have your shit anywhere.
However, you may not want to do that because of how expensive the dense cable can be. So there are alternatives, more advanced alternatives, known as P2P tunnels. Have you ever used a P2P tunnel before?
No.
Nope. It's fun. P2P tunnels are very useful. So, let's say you want to transmit 32 channels across your base, but you don't really want to make a whole bunch of dense cable. Make glass cable, because that's cheap, but you may not want to do that with dense cable. So what you can do is you can attach a P2P tunnel.
Okay. What is this? Like, what does it do?
A P2P tunnel allows you to transmit data through a tunnel, basically. So picture this as being its own separate network, okay? What it's doing is it's saying that I'm going to take all this data, channel system, anything, the entire ME system that's on this line, I'm going to transport it to here and continue it. So this is like a jumper.
Okay.
And I'm confusing myself then. I'll do that. So, we grab a little bit of dense cable. Replace this stuff with it. Okay, so do that. Memory card, you can shift right click save settings, then right click to load them onto the next one. That links them together. That just tells the system that they belong to each one of them. So, now all you have to do is get a power, which can be done without any energy acceptor or anything like that, with quartz fiber. Quartz fiber is actually one of the crafting ingredients for glass cable, but it also has a special usage. If you attach it like that, it will transmit only power, not the data. So you don't want this P2P tunnel to actually connect to your network. Because it's just a bypass, a little tunnel jumper. But now you can put on, let's say, a cable and a terminal, and it's online, and we have access to the system.
Cool.
So because of this cable may only be able to transmit 8 channels. The dense can transport 32 though. So by doing this, dense cable goes to the P2P tunnel. We have 32 on this side as well. So it's just skipping a whole big bunch of cable. That's all it's doing.
Okay.
So it's a very quick and easy way of getting 32 channels across your base.
It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool how you can just access the system like that and just bypass everything and just put power in there.
Now P2P tunnels also have other uses. One of those being, take that off. Can't leave that. We can take energy conduits real quick. So the P2P tunnels can actually pass anything through. So you notice if you hover over it, this P2P tunnel right here, it says P2P tunnel -RF. So I changed it to an RF P2P tunnel by right-clicking on it with an energy conduit. The same thing with that one. That's now an RF one. So now, RF connects to it. What you can do is you can take an energy cell. That goes to output to the side. And we'll take an empty one. Put it up here. Like that. And the energy cells will be up through the ME system. So because of that, ME can actually transmit energy, it can transmit fluid, it can transmit just about anything, as well as its own channel system.
Nice, nice, nice. Might have to put that in my base.
You already have that in your base.
I know.
How do you think I'm powering your ore processing?
Or probably that.
Yeah, this. I actually have it basically like this.
So should we?
So one set transmits the ME system, and one set transmit power.
Nice.
But keep in mind that this still only has 8 channels, and a P2P tunnel does take up a channel. So you can only have up to 8 P2P channels. 8 P2P tunnels on this cable.
Alright. Should we get onto an outrageous ME system build just for this dimension, or what?
Yeah, do you want to put together something and then come back? Do you want to put together something and then we can continue the recording?
Yeah, should we delete all this?
Yeah, we shall.
That is not symmetrical.
You want something outrageous. Alright. Now let's see.
And by the way, guys, after we're done building it, we're done showing you guys, we're gonna cut it, and then we're gonna make it look really organized. We're just gonna make it look sloppy right now, just so you guys know, like, the gif of it. Like, it may look sloppy, but after, we're gonna do like a before and after of what it looks like when we just rush and we actually take our time. That's what cable anchor's for?
Huh?
That's what cable anchor's for?
Yeah. It makes it so your cables don't actually connect. It's useful when you're doing something like this, where this is exactly 32 ME drives. So the dense cable can actually transmit all 32 of those, but it can't do anything more. So we don't want it to connect to this because we're going to have the terminal here, like so.
Oh,
So we don't
okay.
want that to connect to that and take the channel.
Alright.
Yeah, so.
So where are we going to put the ME controller?
The ME controller is going to be in the spot where it connects to both.
Huh?
The ME controller is going to be in the spot where it connects to both. Something like that.
Alright, I'm just going to F1 mode this so you can do your thing.
Let's do something real quick. Alright. Tesseract.
Alright everyone, I'm going to take off the overlay and face cam real quick just so you guys can see full screen of what we're looking at and everything. And yeah.
This is actually the setup I have at my base.
And what?
This is actually the setup I have at my base. When I'm attaching the storage buses to the ME drives, for a very specific reason.
These are storage buses?
Yes.
Should I start filling up the drives with drives?
No, not yet. We're gonna do that in a different way. So you'll notice that right now I'm actually not connecting these cables to the network. That's because it's going to be on its own network, something separate than the actual main system. Because what's going to happen is the storage buses can actually access the ME drive's storage, which would be the actual cells themselves. So we can actually at any time input and pull out storage cells from a terminal. Sound fancy?
Yeah.
Alright, let me get a color applicator. For some reason, I already have one. No, I never make one. Or needed it.
I am just so confused right now.
That's okay.
Because even mine isn't that freaking advanced.
No, mine
is
is.
Crazy. All right, so what are you doing in here? Okay,
I'm just putting paint in the applicator.
Oh, okay.
We'll do what So with this, you can color cables, and when you color cables, it makes it so that other colors can't touch it, can't connect it. So you don't need cable anchors.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, we're going to take some dense cable, green, connect it like that. You notice we don't need solid or cable anchors because they're different colors.
Okay.
And I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do this. Hmm. Ooh, that's this looks pretty snazzy. There we go. That. So this channel will connect to a different controller. That energy as well. And now those all have data flowing through. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find energy accepted. Come on. Small spot, please. Put that on. If you look into my base any time, you'll see a bunch of wires. I don't know what this is. It ends up being the only
So you would
way.
say this is pretty well organized that we have
Oh,
so
it's
far?
actually extremely well organized. Yeah. Dense cable connecting to the top drives isn't actually necessary because the controller's touching them, but it still looks kind of cool because it's symmetrical.
This is so confusing to me.
I'll explain it once it's actually done. Let's see. Trying to keep it organized now. That's the hard part. Wow, that's very interesting. I just made a full circle. Very unnecessary full circle. We'll do the same way. Okay, so now go ahead and throw some cells into the drives, please. You can do it through the screen terminal.
What?
Throw some drives into the ME system through the green terminal.
Okay. That didn't work.
What are you talking about? It looks fine. Take some storage cells.
There's only one in there.
Yeah, I threw it in there.
Oh shit.
See? This terminal has access to the actual
Okay.
drives.
That's badass.
Right. Oh. How am I going to do that? Oh, of course. There we go. Now I'm just taking out stuff that was in the system that's in the actual storage cells and dump them. Alright, so Hyper, go ahead and look at the green terminal and what do you see?
Hold on.
Good. Okay. That's fine, I guess.
Now do what?
Whatever. So, look inside the green terminal and how many storage cells do you see?
320.
Okay. Now watch what happens if I throw something in the system. How many do you see now?
320... 319 and then 1?
Yeah, so the thing is when there's nothing in the system, they stack. Because they're all the same. They don't have nothing in them. Once I put something in the system, I just threw a energy cell in there. It changes the data of one of the storage cells because it has something in it. So it shows that in the terminal. Now if I were to take that out,
then
now it's not in the system anymore.
Not stacked?
Well, not, because...
Oh.
So, what's happening is, this main terminal, the purple one, has the items in it, okay?
Oh. Okay.
All that's happening is the green one is just reading the drives themselves. So it's just showing the actual storage cells. This allows you to take them, put them in, and pull them out without having to actually right-click on an ME drive and look at it.
Alright.
And this also allows some more fanciness. You can also set it up to where whenever there isn't an empty storage cell in here, like as in they're all full, it automatically crafts another storage cell and puts it into the system.
Nice.
That's what I have going.
I wouldn't doubt that.
It just makes it so you can make sure you never run out of space. Of course, this is extremely advanced. For people who have no idea what this is, it can look extraordinarily intimidating, but it really isn't, in general. It's just...
I don't know, to me this just looks like an alien.
Well, it's just
a
bunch of drives hooked up, because there's 32 drives, 32 channels, one dense cable. Each drive has a storage bus on the back. The storage bus reads the contents of the block it's touching. So in this case, it's reading the contents of the ME drive. And that just goes into its own little private network. Here, I'll build a small scale one real quick, using just one of each.
You could just go look at your system.
We could do that. Let's steal one of these drives here. Uh-oh. You got power. Yep. Why is the still set? Okay, where's the test rack now? Oh. Yeah. I don't know what the heck that's all about. Oops. There we go. Okay, so we got storage, right? quick basic system. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to have another system right here. Okay. So that storage bus attached is separated from this terminal. Okay. Go ahead and look in that terminal.
That's beast.
So this is the same thing, just 1 instead of 32.
Pretty cool.
So do you understand how it works?
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing about planning resistance is it's just this one thing, and there's, you know, several different blocks, of course, like the storage bus. And because of that, you can make these infinitely expandable systems. You can do just about anything you want to when it comes to items.
Hear that, guys? Anything. You can do anything you want.
And I'm out of ideas. The only other things would be import and export buses. Yeah, the only other things would be like import and export buses. So there's also interfaces. So we can have this hook up that chest real quick. We'll tell that to export energy conduits. Now we can, if there's energy conduits in there, let's get pulled out of the system. Or sorry, it's the exact opposite. If there's energy conduits in the chest, it'll pull into the system.
And that's also good if you have like an ender quarry and you want to put an ender chest in there and you want it all to go right to your ME system. You can do that too.
Yeah, so you can have this specified as enter energy conduits, or you can have it not specified as anything, and you can just have anything you want in there and everything will be pulled in.
You can also put acceleration cards and capacity cards in here to make it go faster.
Yes, there is an upgrade system. You can put in acceleration cards, and they take up to a stack at a time. That's a little bit more complicated. Export buses is the exact opposite. It takes from the system and puts it into an inventory. So you would have to specify what you want, because it won't just pull out everything. So you actually have to specify what kind of item is going to be pulled out.
Okay, so like diamonds.
Yeah, if you put down
ender pearls.
You can put down a chest and then grab something from my base, actually. Yeah, so you can put down a chest, have an export bus attached to it, and...
Wait, you said go to your base?
No, I'm going to my base for a second. I think I did lose my point. And I didn't. Alright. That would have been nice.
I like the fountain.
Did you take all of my glass cable out of the system?
No.
Weird. Okay, then we'll take an export bus. Okay. Regular export bus. We'll say wait long, enter energy converts. So now it's just pulling out those.
Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool.
So, I guess we can go to my base and I can show you some of the more advanced stuff you can do. Just examples of it, and a lot of the fun comes trying to figure out how to do it yourself. As long as you know what the items are, you can figure out the rest yourself. Kind of like a big puzzle.
Alright, I'm at your base.
Alright. I guess we can start by looking at the actual mini system. So the way I have it is just drives. I don't actually need this many drives, but I think it's kind of cool having that many. Yeah, just why not? Got the controllers in a pattern on the floor because I can. Auto crafting in the middle. Below it looks a little more ridiculous.
Yes, it does.
It really isn't though. Just the only things really touching the controllers are, dense cables. And the PDP tunnels, go off to different areas. Instead of running dense cable, I just have, one cable, one regular cable. A little bit easier.
Yep, and this pretty much just goes from